I'm an occupational therapist and I only have one arm, and this is how I put on my watches. I have several different watch bands, so I'm going to show a few, but starting off with the traditional Apple Watch silicone sport band. This is what came with their Apple Watches for the longest time. And so how I put this one on, it's actually my last one. This is an off-brand because I've broken all of them doing this method, sadly. You have to thread the end through the loop on the other side, and then you have to take this little metal piece and push it in and click it. And then I have to use my mouth. I use my mouth for every single Apple Watch, so apologize if that grosses you out, but it's the only way that I can do it. So after I loop it through, I basically set it up prior to putting on my wrist. I then have lotion right here. So I take a bunch of lotion, use my chin, put lotion all over my hand. And so after it's all set up, I then use my teeth, and with the lotion, I slide it onto my wrist, basically. So not the best method. I've literally broken this one and every single one other than that. So when I actually had my first Apple Watch, I reached out to Apple and I was like, this is so inaccessible. Can you like give me another watch band that's accessible? And they're like, no, you just have to buy one, because that's what they came with at the time. But now, luckily, you can choose your Apple Watch band. So this is my preferred one, the Velcro, which is really nice. Once again, I use my mouth, but all I do is I put the end of the Velcro piece in my mouth and then slide it onto my wrist and then pull it tight, and then I kind of use my nose to then push it onto my wrist. Oh, it doesn't always work the first time. Kind of use my nose and I can pull it tighter and then use my chin. So look how fast, that was so fast. So that's how I put this one on. And then for a traditional watch, I actually do like this, but I do have to use my mouth quite a bit to put on a traditional watch. I had a Fitbit for the longest time, and that's how I learned to put on traditional watches, because that's how my Fitbit was. They're actually more accessible than what you think. I just have to use my mouth. So I will pre-loop this through the hole, and then I will pull it tight using my teeth. And so I will kind of yank it and then get my mouth a little bit closer. And then I will use my lip to push the little clasp into the hole. And then with the string, I will use kind of my chin to then push it through the first loop of the watch. And then there's two on this one, so I'll use my teeth to move it and then push it through again. Once again, I do have to use my mouth a lot. I know it's gross. I just clean my watches and try to keep them as clean as possible. But that's how I put it on. And then if anyone wants to know how I unlock it, I use my nose. And what's really cool, I have the 7th generation one, which actually has the hand controls. I wish I used them more than what I do. They were helpful if I have a mask on at work. If anyone knows about the hand control option, you can actually like tap and it'll control your watch. But for the most part, I just use my nose.